Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the
We Watch It All podcast, where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
Okay, the opinions no one ever asked for.
I feel like I just got hit with that, with the train.
Just let's get the ding out of the way right off the bat, you know?
I have sneezed like 5 times before we started recording this. I literally feel like I've been ran over by a bus. Mm-hmm. I haven't even gone outside for allergies to happen. So I don't know what this...
Too big fur balls.
I didn't take my Benadryl.
That's what it is. There you go.
Oh my god.
Oh, folks, this is going to be a snot-infested
I haven't stopped
episode.
sneezing. My one nostril has been bleeding for the last 24 hours. It's been rough.
It's been rough.
So we may have to take a couple pauses for me to sneeze and blow my nose.
I have the big boy over here with me.
I think I already need to blow my nose.
Kupakai. Oh, well, you had to pause that because ain't nobody want to hear that. And we're back, snot-free, for about 5 minutes. Ah, you got some of my news.
Oh, why are you reading my news?
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess let's just get right into the news because, you know.
And I think we have the same, oh, no, go ahead. You go ahead. Oh, yeah, we have some of the same news, yeah.
How many did you have? Do you don't know?
1, 2,
I had
3,
10.
4, 5, 6.
Okay, well, we know we have some of the same, I guess.
It's okay.
All right, well, the final season of Riverdale is going to air March 29th, and I don't know why, but why now do I want to give it a watch?
Give it a watch. Go ahead.
I've watched the first 3 episodes when it first aired because everybody was like, it's going to be like Pretty Little Liars. And I know what's going on in the show to a semi-degree. It's not at all.
No. I don't think they meant like story-wise. I think they meant it's going to be like kind of unbelievable, but...
No, well, they meant like there was supposed to be like an A or something.
Well, there was. There was a person like that.
I can't even remember.
It was the black-hooded person.
Oh, yes, and that is really close to A.
Yeah,
but
so.
I remember that being the big thing, but now I'm seeing the redhead, she's like a magical witch, and there's multiverse of timelines.
A lot of them came into a lot of different things, and
there's a superhero-powered dog or something I've heard.
That I don't know about, but that would make me want to catch up, and
Something like the dog broke all its legs. And then it got to, I don't know. It was, I don't know how true that is.
I primarily watched because my Luke Perry from Beverly Hills 90210 was on there before he died. And, I don't know. It sounds so kooky. So, I mean, I'll have to see. I think, I don't even know how many seasons of this. Maybe 8? Is there 8? 8 sounds like enough. 7, it said. I think
so maybe this is the
7th and final season, or something like that.
All right, well, so I could probably do it.
I do have a little more news. They're going to do, the final season's going to include a time jump back to the 1950s.
You know what?
For Jughead.
I will. Well, I don't know about him, but I see the other girls. Sissy's that rude. All right. Well, sorry. Sissy had to use the restroom, and she never gives anybody a warning. She just goes.
Well, that's what most people do.
She could come up to us and say, "Hey, I'm going to the restroom. You might want to pause the mic or something."
Well,
but
go ahead.
Whatever. No, what I was gonna say was I do follow randomly some of them on Instagram, the actresses from the show, and they post themselves in 1950s clothes. So I guess they're all going back as well.
Yeah, they are. All of them. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said Jughead, so I didn't know if that was
it's gonna focus around him being sent back, and they're all gonna be there, obviously.
All right.
So what else? Oh, I should go now. Well,
wait. You have 5?
6. And we just shared one.
Well, now you have 5 because I took yours.
Well, we shared that one.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Who wants what? Should I go again because I have double? Okay. Agatha's Coven of Chaos is going to begin production next week. I know you're happy
about that because I said it wasn't. It was pushed back.
And, well, no. Just because it's beginning doesn't mean it's not pushed back in the timeline. I know. Also, they confirmed that more of the townspeople from Westview are going to be in the show, which I was saying last week that I feel like most of them are going to show up, because they're not any, no offense, big actors or actresses.
Yeah.
So they, could. But I feel like it would be weird if these key players from WandaVision didn't show up if they're in the same town, which definitely also confirms they're headed back to Westview. Or, well, they're in Westview again. All right, go ahead.
All right, well, I'll save this one because we could share that one. So, unfortunately, Lisa Marie Presley died this past Thursday, age 54 from cardiac arrest. We literally just watched her at the Golden Globe Awards with her mother and Austin Butler while he was accepting his award. He panned to them and acknowledged her and said thank you for letting him, trusting him to, act out her father's life and this, that, and the other. And I mean, she looked perfectly fine. I mean, you don't know what's going on behind other people's scenes, but I don't know that they actually know what Elvis's actual cause of death was. They said it was an overdose, but it could have also...
I thought he was backed up with poop. And I know you don't like me to say that, but that's what I heard. He was backed up in his bowels from all his drugs that he pushed too hard and pooped and died.
No, just because he died on the toilet or in the
I
tub.
thought that's what it was, like, because he was too much and they cut him open and there was all poop inside.
And you better hope you get your stuff together because...
Wait, no, I'm good.
You said you weren't the other day.
What is this? No, I was just saying that's what I thought I heard, okay?
Yeah, so who's to say if they don't have some kind of, but it's really sad because I believe she has 4 kids, I think, and one of them I think did commit suicide. She had 2 with her first husband, and then twins with her her 4th husband. Yeah, so it's very sad. I mean, it's very sad that her mom still had to bury a child that's never. Her mom's 77, Priscilla, but yeah, so she, I think, was on the phone with her mother when this happened, and then her mother called an ambulance for her or something, and they rushed her to the hospital, and I think she had 2 cardiac arrests and died on the second one. So very sad.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's sad because it's like the end of an era. Like, she was his only child, and also it's, kind of sad. But
the cats are fighting.
Not really. One's just walking away.
He hit her.
Why'd you hit her? Don't wink at me. You can't wink at me and give me winky eyes and then know that I just know you just hit your sister. Doesn't work that way, Papa.
A new trailer for The Mandalorian Season 3 is going to be released during the NFL Super Wildcard game on January 16th.
Ooh.
So, you don't ever have to watch these games. Let me just say that. If they say they're going to premiere, don't even waste your time. They go up on YouTube the second after they premiere on those things.
Really? Oh, that's good to know.
Typically, they do, yeah. The Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer that just came out.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch the game. I just saw it go right up after. It's what they do because they know not everybody's going to be watching these games.
That's true.
Because I think this one is on ESPN. We don't have ESPN. We don't even have cable.
Once it's been seen, though, it's been seen. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's not like the secret's out. Like,
Like, maybe it comes out, like, at the most, like, 5 minutes after it premiered on TV. But at that point, it's like, It's just to say that they have the exclusive. Are they going to fight again? Really?
Well, he's cornered her against the wall. I don't know what that means. If that means I'm going to fight again. But she's just laying there like a fool.
All right, well, next piece.
Okay, so...
Wait, I do too.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Matt Reeves says he has a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran in a few weeks to discuss his long-term plan for the Batverse, and he's also deep into writing the Batman too.
Who is he, a writer?
He's who did the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson that we just watched.
But who is he?
The writer? I don't know. Director? I can't remember.
That's what I mean. He's like not an actor is what I meant. Like, yeah.
He's doing the movie, yeah. I mean, here's my opinion. With whatever's going on at DC, why would you even start writing this movie until you have the meeting with them? What the hell is going on with them?
Was it right about now he's sniffing her butt?
Oh, God.
She's getting ready to whack his ass. Sarah Jessica Parker posted an Instagram picture of her and John Corbett walking down the street, and she was clearly dressed like Carrie, and she captioned it like, shh, don't say anything or something like that. So... hopefully, fingers crossed, everybody that, loves the And Just Like That series will get a little bit of Aiden back on the screen.
Who?
Aiden, that was the love interest, John Corbin. So, she did confirm last year, from what I understand, that she was convinced him to come on. Mm-hmm. But, so we'll see. I'm hopeful. I think he posted it as well, so it was like, it's exciting. There's not many pictures out there of, like, I think there was just one of her and I forget what her real name is, but the girl that plays Charlotte, a picture of them walking Charlotte's dog or something. Like, there hasn't been much, like,
on the streets.
Yeah, like, you haven't been able to, like, see much going on, so it's interesting, but anytime you get a little glimpse.
What the hell was that?
I don't know, that sounded like a child that was turned into a peacock or something. But go ahead.
Okay, well, there's going to be a Zoe 101 sequel movie, Zoe 102. Wow, what an original title.
It's going to be a movie, right?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay.
And it's going to release on Paramount Plus. Jamie Lynn Spears, Erin Sanders, Sean Flynn, Matthew Underwood, Christopher Massey, Abby Wildy, mm-hmm. and Jack Salvatore will all reprise their roles.
Yes, everyone but her brother, who I really liked, I thought was the best. The little brother.
Oh, really? And Victoria Justice said no.
Yeah, and
the other girl too, but
Nicholas something.
I can't remember her name. Nicole something.
Yeah,
or was her character's name Nicole? I can't remember. She's not going to do it because she's been very outspoken against
Nicole Butcher. Is that her? Nicole
Maybe
Butcher?
I know who she is. I can picture her, but she's been the most outspoken probably about Nickelodeon and everything that's gone on there.
Schneider, that was a big thing. So
yeah, she was the.
But Jamie Lynn should be. She's also going to be the executive producer. So hopefully, maybe she has learned what had went on in the past, and she will not allow that to go on. Now that she's a grown adult with children of her own. We just recently watched her in, what was it?
Special
Forces Challenge. She was a little bit of a crybaby there. No offense, but...
listen, I know before her interview was going into this, she was like, yeah, I'm doing this to distance myself from my sister, yada, yada, and make... I was like, no. She just annoyed me.
Yeah, I
didn't like her.
She... she tries to blame a lot on her sister. Her sister had a lot going on, and she could have had a very vibrant career, and she chose to get herself pregnant at 16, which, yes, she has stated...
What was that sound?
I don't know. She stated...
What are all these sounds? Sorry.
I don't know. She stated it was an accident, of course, but, needless to say, she takes being a mother very seriously, and I commend her for that, but, it put... you're not going to be on Nickelodeon as a 16-year-old pregnant and think you're going to have a TV show. So,
I'm just curious how this will work out because I know people are kind of like 50-50 on the iCarly spinoff. Like, I got a season 2, but I know we've talked to Dean.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Who has it,
they are, how old is Jeanette McCurdy and what's her name? Miranda.
I don't know. I'm not really quite sure how old they are.
Because...
That is a good question. Maybe I feel like you would sit down and think, well, I think... Oh, pop, pop, pop. I think you would sit down and you would go, they're probably just about... Sounds like Zoe 101 should be older than them, but I feel like they're probably the same age. Wouldn't you think?
She's 28. Okay, so the brother is 44.
Wow, 44.
He's 28. So they're about 28 years old. So here's my thing. So I think Jamie Lynn Spears is in her 30s or something.
She may just be a little bit older than
These guys are still in their 20s. I don't know. I just feel like it's... Like, where are they going with this show?
Yeah, what do you mean Zoe 102 movie or whatever? Clearly they don't have enough faith in it to make it a show, is what I'm thinking. 31.
Yeah, that's what I thought she said. She was 31. Victoria Justice is 29. Wow. Alexia Nichols, this one, is not coming back.
Yeah,
Her. She's not coming back. There was somebody else, though. That's name I don't know.
The brother Butcher. You said. Paul Butcher.
No, but there was another name. He was somebody else's name. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, we don't have Paramount Plus, but, I'd be interested to know what people thought of it because it's kind of just like, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
What is it going to be about? I just feel like the time has come and gone for it. You know what I mean? And especially, I really think since it is going to be a movie, they must not have too much faith in it. But they just kind of want to give people
I feel like there's
maybe a reunion, it's going to be like a high school reunion for them.
Maybe, but because I feel like there's not enough story to keep it.
I swear to God, I don't even know what we were talking. We were talking about Zoe 101, and then the cats continued fighting, and now they are eating dinner. So we're just going to go right on to the next piece of news. This is very exciting for me. Abbott Elementary has been renewed for a season 3.
Oh.
Let's go!
I'm curious to see what they're going to do because...
Well, you know what I felt like? We watched the Golden Globes, and when I watched them, I go, they're winning these awards. I go, there's no way now an Emmy and a Golden Globe, they're not walking away with a 3rd season. I feel like there's definitely way more you can do with it because it's school. There's so many possibilities, but I just don't want them to take it too far, where it's like they're dragging on the show. But as long as, they feel like they have ideas and they can do it, you go for it. All right, go ahead.
I think they'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, I think they will. There's just so many, there's, ones where, teachers switch out, classrooms. I remember one year my, 5th grade teacher was, all of a sudden a 4th grade teacher. In those, those kind of big things. And there's also that, little thing that they had talked about a school, the one guy that's, going to come after them and try to make them a charter school. So there's all that. All right, well, go ahead with your next piece of news.
So, Lisa Rinna commented on her exit from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which
which
commented on last week.
We didn't mention it in the news. We mentioned it after because we forgot. But we also mentioned it on our OC rewatch, which is officially concluded.
So she commented on saying that she hated this last season.
Who didn't?
Of her, listen, this is, hold on. I'm sitting harshly on the jacket there. This is, my sweat jacket was really
all right
going places it shouldn't have. So this is what I feel she needed to say. Something like I don't approve of all that went on too as well, because she never really came out and said anything. She just kept sticking to that crazy story, which maybe it was true, maybe it wasn't. But the fact of the matter is there was no cameras that caught it, so there's no proof. So you're just looking like you're beating a dead horse and looking like a liar. Yeah. So you should just get off the pony and stop. And that's what she said. She said that, there were unfortunately no cameras that caught the fight or caught anything about it, so it was all just her word. And she said it was a hard season because of her mom dying, and then there was like a smear campaign against her, once she got into this fight with Kathy Hilton, which there was. I mean, to a certain degree, there was some kind of crazy, thing going on. But, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm curious I can't wait to see how this is going to play out when she's not,
Yeah.
When she's not here. It's going to be definitely interesting, that's for sure.
I will say, I've said this with Tamara, that I feel like Tamara, the fact that she got a season off, made her better. So I don't know if she'd come back, but I think, you know what I mean? Like that. I think a break would be helpful for her. All right, well, I also have 2 pieces of Real Housewife news. Shannon Beador and her boyfriend John have ended the relationship.
Oh, no, seriously, really?
Yeah, he ended it. She was blindsided by it. And, it's kind of, what's so horrible about these things is when, something like this happens, you're kind of always like, damn, they weren't filming during that time. They just finished filming. It's horrible to say.
Oh, so you think
oh my God, Sky's going to the bathroom again. Is she serious? Oh,
I really wish she wasn't, because I just cleaned her derriere. I mean, come on, girl.
All right, all is good in Sissyland, but I just feel like sometimes with Housewives, when you see something that goes on, you're like, damn, I wish they were still filming for that. What was the stuff? There was something I think that happened with Erica that I remember. I was like, oh, they should have been filming for this. But it's it happened in the point where they'll discuss it in the reunion. Obviously.
Oh, there's no way it's not going to come up. Yeah.
All right, next piece of Housewife news: The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 4's cast has been confirmed. It will have Vicky Gunvalson, Gretchen Rossi, Brandi Glanville, Camille Grammer, Phaedra Parks, Eva, I don't know how to say your last name, Marcel?
Where are you? Yeah, Marcel.
Oh, look at me. Alex McCord and Caroline Manzo. And they're going to be going to Marrakesh.
Stacked
I thought Season 2 was one of the best. I think this is going to be it.
Yeah, this was a stacked cast.
Now Vicky... I don't know, but hopefully the reason was I'm brokenhearted, I'm sick. She has no excuse now.
And she's going to this one, right?
Yes.
Well, because she complained, why are we at a house? Why can't we be on an actual? Well, there you go. So.
And it has enough that it brought back ladies that had were on the trip.
This might be what they gave her to kind of be okay, stop your bitching about not getting brought back to the Housewives. How about one of these little stints or something? Because she is coming back to the Housewives as a set. Yeah, a couple little stints. So
what I think is so interesting though is they did the pairs of 2 again, but the only pairs that they don't have is another New York and another New Jersey. So it'll be interesting to see where Alex and Caroline fit into this situation. Because obviously Vicky and Brandi and Phaedra and Eva were all together.
They might be the ones that nobody knows, so they don't really know what's going to go on with them. And I mean, obviously both of them are kind of peacemakers, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because it's been so long since either of them have really done.
What's going on there?
My hair just feels a mess. Does it look a mess?
No, you keep touching it.
I was trying to pull it
You're
back.
Like one of those girls on YouTube where they put it in a certain spot and then 2 seconds later they take it back out from behind their ears type thing.
I was trying because I could feel it was pulling different strands, but
yeah, it's not going the way it normally goes.
It's not, and I know. But I mean, I think this is going to be very interesting. What was that sound?
That was a dog.
Oh, it is a dog.
Why does it sound like it's downstairs?
I don't know. Somebody moved out downstairs. There should be nobody there. I've been hearing this too, but maybe she left the dog in the apartment along with her couch.
Oh my!
I wouldn't put it past her. All right, sorry. Yeah, so I'm excited for this one. I think this is going to be a top tier.
Did you give a date?
No date.
Okay.
They didn't give a date. But, I mean, I have to assume soon. So I guess this is the one that people were rumoring. Remember, we were saying the Hong Kong best friends trip one? Mm. I mean, that can still be on the table, but maybe they just felt like this would be better. And I feel like they're really testing the waters with Brandy a lot lately, that they could bring her back. I don't know. I just have this feeling, like, with the Traitors show, like, I know that's not technically...
Wait, Brandy's on this one,
Bravo.
too?
Yeah, she's going to be on this one. I just feel like they're testing the waters, and I think if you get... Lisa Rinna's a certain type of pot stirrer, you know? Like, we were saying Garcelle is a pot stirrer, we said Crystal, Kyle, all those guys are. But they're all different, and I feel like Brandy's very similar to Rinna, that she could fill Rinna's spot quite well. Yeah,
she could.
And, she has to sneeze now. Yeah. I feel like they could be testing for Brandy, because especially after Traitors, like... Yeah. I think so. I think
Traitors, another show we watched.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. All right, go ahead. What are your last piece?
I just have my last one, which is 2 months after finalizing their divorce, Kim and Kanye's divorce, Kanye, whatever they used to call them. Kimye, whatever. He actually remarried one of his staffers, Bianca Sinsori. Huh? Yeah. He's married now to this girl. Apparently, they said Kim did not like, because I don't know if there was like kind of rumors at the Yeezy headquarters that perhaps that's how it was written, Yeezy headquarters, that perhaps like there was something going on with this staffer or something, and Kim like I guess always felt like uneasy about her or something. So apparently, she's not a fan, but hey, I think, to me, anytime you can get them remarried and get them off your plate, it's a good day. So let somebody else focus. let him focus his psycho ways on somebody else. That's my thoughts, because let somebody else occupy his time so that you can move on with your life.
All right, last two pieces, make them really quick. Bumper in Berlin got renewed for a second season, which I did say I feel like the show ended kind of open-ended. I was like, what are they gonna do with it? I don't know. I don't think it should have like more than 2. Maybe, I don't know. I think they should have just made the season longer. I made it a limited series. I think it would have been better. And there's also going to be a documentary series about the making of the music for Wakanda Forever, and that will be on Disney Plus February 22nd.
Just the music?
For like the making of the music. I'm sure they'll do like the assembled, but like the music is so prominent in this movie that I'm definitely going to watch this, because I said this is by that guy that I always say I can't pronounce his name, Ludwigorsen. I'm so sorry, but he does, he did The Mandalorian, so I'd be interested to see his, because they kind of did it in The Mandalorian making of. Oh heavens,
come up here.
Oh, well, that's all the news I had. So we'll do our little wheel of watching if Sissy allows it. Yeah. Here's what we got. A show I want my co-host to watch. I haven't had that one on the wheel in a little bit. Your most rewatched show. Best unexpected duo or trio. Your favorite Marvel movie, and a movie you'd recommend to anyone. Some good options here. Some I don't want. There's one I don't want because I don't have an answer.
She created all these things pretty much. Here we go. And it's the wheel of watching. Those are some colors I'm not a fan of. I don't know if
we did this one.
What is it?
Best unexpected duo or trio. I feel like we have answered this.
I don't feel like we have.
Okay, well, I had 2 answers, so.
I don't feel like we did, but you go first then.
Okay, well, I put, for one, from Only Murders in the Building, Charles, Oliver, and Maple, Selena Gomez, Martin Short, and Steve Martin. Just because, like, obviously I know Steve Martin and Martin Short have been together for so long, like, they're a known duo. But I just feel like Selena fit in so well with them that it was like, that you might have not expected her just to jive right in and make, like, a really good group. And then my other duo was Yelena and Kate from Hawkeye. I just feel like their humor's got like they got a good banter. She's coming to sit with you, Sissy. What the hell? That's my cat.
It still smells like poop down there.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone, but it does. So I don't know what I said, because I don't...
It's all the way towards the bottom.
But I know what I probably would say.
Oh, you said the same as me.
No, I think that's your answer.
Oh.
But I would say Frankie and Grace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin and Frankie and Grace. I think they were really good together.
Yeah.
No, that was a good...
We're thinking about going to see 80s for Brady's. Because Cinemark does like a discounted ticket day. I can't remember what day, but $5 each. I'm thinking we might have to go and see it. Because we do have Cinepasses that we're holding on to. I think we're going to save that for the Marvels because I want to go opening night. And since it's only going to be us 2, we don't have to pay for a third person. So we might save them for then and just buy the cheap tickets for this movie just because. A little ha-ha laugh funny.
Yeah, a little something silly. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about what we watched this week, which, spoiler alert, it's not entirely great because somebody decided that she didn't want her car to work and she wanted to miss like 3 days of work.
Well, that's not really all how the story goes, but sure. I sabotaged my vehicle and decided to stay home 3 days. No.
Yeah. No, or her car stopped working.
I did tell you, though, watch what you have to watch and just whatever.
I know. We planned to, and then the days slipped away, and we ended up watching a lot of shows together, essentially.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I still got what I wanted to watch done.
Yeah.
So I still got it done, but we watched a lot of shows separately. So what did you watch separately?
Separately, I watched, I was looking at the big hair on your thing.
Well.
Call Me Kat and The Partner Track. On Netflix, The Partner Track with the girl.
Sorry.
Come on, you.
I forgot you told me that. That's it?
Yeah,
that's all you watched?
I think that's all I got.
No soap operas?
Oh yeah, well, soap operas goes without saying, but I'm trying to think, but I don't think I watched.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I got anything. It was a rough week.
All right. Well, for me,
when I did have free time, we were watching.
Yeah, that's true. All right, for
together.
me, I watched Abbott. Obviously, I watched Dickinson. I watched The Bad Batch. Excuse me.
Well, being that they're making noise, do we have IGTV? ITV?
Huh?
I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
What the hell? No, not go ahead. As soon as I press stop, always they're like, here we go. What?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Did I say I watched The Bad Batch? I watched The Bad Batch, and then also, are you ready for something so random? It's not so random.
Okay.
So I watched 4 episodes of How to Rock. Do you remember that from Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
I watched 4 of those. We'll get into that. And then
where did that come? When did you do it?
I'll explain it to when I get to it.
But when did you do it though?
Last night.
Oh.
All right. I'm still going through the pilot versus pilot. I don't know when I'm gonna do this, but I gotta figure it out. I just want to come to you guys with it in detail. Together though, we watched all of Lego Master Season 3 and the holiday special.
Yes.
And we also watched The Traitors. We still have 2 episodes left, so we're not done with that. And we watched Special Forces World's Toughest Test. And we watched the finale of Baking It. So we did a lot.
Yeah, we did watch a lot.
Well, a lot of these shows that we did watch were like an hour long.
Yeah.
Well, I think I did complete everything I said I was going to watch. So do we want to talk a little bit about the shows we watched together really quickly? I just had a few thoughts on them.
Maybe we should do that first.
I don't really have many thoughts on Lego Masters because that show is kind of hard to, discuss.
No, I mean, we could just quickly run.
Lego Masters was good, as always.
I think they had really interesting challenges this time.
Yeah.
Because, well, I shouldn't say that. No, some of them were very interesting. They did a little bit better twists, but the Christmas one, let's just go there instead.
Yeah, because
the Christmas one was, 3 episodes?
Yeah.
It was very
3
interesting.
3 episodes, and the last one was 2 hours.
Yeah, and they linked a celebrity with a Lego Master from the past
from
or something.
3 seasons.
So So they brought this young kid back. What was his name?
Dom.
Dom.
This has got to be a joke.
No, they want to see how far it'll go before I have to lose my mind and.
Me.
So they brought the young boy back from
Dom.
So I thought the Christmas specials were really good. They had really good ideas for the
Well, yeah, they brought back some the old concepts of it, how they're going to destroy it, but Christmas themed. Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting. The snow globe one, I thought was really. They did a snow globe. I thought that was interesting. There was the one girl that we didn't really like. Natalia, was it? Or
Maybe.
Natalia?
Something
I don't know.
with an N. She's the girl with the red hair.
She had no good ideas, just like she did when she was on there. Everything was executed poorly.
I just feel like they felt like, when I thought about it, weirdly, a lot of the girls that were on the show were always the assistant to their husband. So I feel like they were we need to have a girl master on this show, and they just chose her.
They probably tried to do that. They probably did a little young, old, different, or whatever. But the thing with her is, I feel like if you are a Lego master and you're building all the time, you have to have some kind of
Well, yeah, because even her celebrity partner was you're taking too long.
But you have to have some kind of idea that you can draw from the past.
I
don't know. And I think that's what a lot of them are good at, because they're let's do X, Y, and Z. Something you've already known, and maybe you adapted to the thing. She had none of that, which makes me do you really do this? But Boone, who was very, very good, he actually stated that he got a job as a Lego designer in Denmark and moved his whole family to Denmark.
To the headquarters.
So good luck for him. That was great. But but it was a nice little show. I thought the Christmas part was very nice. You can get over there. You can do it. I'll help you. Go. I'll help you. I got you. Go.
You gotta be kidding me. This is already 33 minutes long.
Okay, so, but half of it's not even anything.
And then the Traitors, which we're still watching.
We're still watching Traitors.
I think the show, I've told you.
Yeah.
I think it would have been more fun if we were playing along, guessing with
Even if they kept it halfway, where we, like they could have let us in on it now, like, let's say, like, halfway through. Point. But, like, just in the beginning, like, we did not need to know who the Traitors were in the very, very beginning.
I think if they wanted to, because it is kind of interesting to see how the Traitors know
who one was, but not all, or something. Like, left it some mysterious.
Well, I was going to say, like, I know they were kind of, like, doing it, like, how they were having them talk, but, you could put, like, a little voice modulator. They have them wear these cloaks when they go, like, up into the road. So you could have done it like that.
Let them stay in the
But if you wanted to, like, show them, I guess, like, I think it would have been smart from, like, a marketing standpoint to re-release it, like, a cut with, like, that's from the Traitors' point of view instead.
Yeah, it would have been
But I think the game's probably definitely way more fun to probably actually play than watch. But, I mean...
I had a little trouble with the, like, first or two episodes because I was just trying to figure out, like, how, like, you were supposed to, like, suss out people or figure out things. And then, like, as they got more into it and then they banished people and they murder somebody every night, it did make a little bit more sense, like, as you could see what they were doing. But, like, the initial one, I had a little trouble with it.
Because the concept is there's 20 people, 3 of them are traitors, the rest of them are faithfuls, and then every night these traitors are going to go up, they're going to pick to murder one of the faithfuls, they die, and then the next during the day, they meet at a table, they all discuss who they're going to try to vote out the traitor.
To banish somebody,
Yeah.
Hopefully a traitor. But the other thing that I didn't like so much was there were some people that I knew. There was Reza from Shaw's, and there was Kate from Below Deck, and there was Brandy from The Housewives. And there was a couple of people from Big Brother, a couple from Survivor.
Bachelor.
I do recall some of, like, I do remember that Syria girl from Survivor way back because she was one of the, like, there was a Bachelor there. There was a couple of people I didn't know, and they claimed they were celebrities. But then there was, like, 3 just regular people that
I think it was like half and half. I think it was half celebrities, half regular people.
Well, no, I think it was only those.
No,
3 or 4 people. There was
a couple of regular people.
That guy Mike, the girl
Bam,
Amanda.
They killed off a lot of the regular people in the beginning.
Yeah, so there was regular people that came in as well to play the game too, mixed in with these celebrities, which I don't know what the point of that was, but okay. I mean, that was fine. Maybe the celebrities would hang on longer. It up. But it was interesting. But so we still don't know the final ending, so we'll have to get back to you on it.
We'll just say this, since we do know who the traitors are, I'm gonna give props to Brandy. Because literally on day 1, she got 2 out of 3 of them right.
And I think if she stayed longer, she would have got.
I think she would have got
for sure. Yeah,
I think she just needed more time.
And the games that they're giving them to do, like the little challenges, they have to build up their pot as well.
Yeah, to get money. The
challenges, I think, are interesting.
Yeah,
they're not like things that you've seen done before. So I thought that was interesting, but
they're like fitting to what they're doing.
So
all
then, what else did we watch?
Special Forces, the world's toughest test. They take, I don't even know how many, 16. They take 16
or was it 20 as well?
No, I think it was 16 because I know as soon as Kate Gosselin, spoiler, she left instantly. She was the first one to go home. They took it right down to 15. I believe it was 16. Maybe
yeah, no,
18
I think you're
or 16.
Right. I think you're right.
But yeah, we started this because we wanted to see Kate Gosselin, obviously.
Yeah.
And she chickened out almost instantly. She did the first test. She did it wrong. And she complained that her neck hurt. And
they were diving backwards out of a helicopter where they dive. They free fall backwards, and it's supposed to propel your body up so that your head is facing down, and that's
like a diver's
hits the water
position.
First. She just let her body wiggly, and she hit the back of her neck. No shocker. But I do say they have some good celebrities that you might know, like Tyler Florence was on there. He's another one gone already.
Dwight Howard.
There was
Mel B.
There's a lot of
Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yeah, and a lot of sports people like Olympians and stuff. So like, even though I don't know the Olympians,
it's a good mix of like.
Yeah,
people.
even though I don't know the Olympians,
Kenya Moore's on it.
Yeah, I'm expecting the Olympians to do well because they are athletes, but that has no bearing on it. No. It's weird. Yeah, Mike Piazza something. He's a baseball player.
Yeah, him.
He's on it. Dr. Drew was on it. He's already gone. The funny thing is, though, we've only watched, 3 days? It's day 3.
Day 3, episode 2.
Day 3, episode 2.
Because the first episode was longer than normal.
And the sad fact is, you've already lost Kate. Jamie Lynn Spears went home.
I think they're maybe down to 9 already. I think they're halfway through.
They said halfway. Mel B went home. Dr. Drew went home because he was sick. Somebody else went home. Who else went home?
Oh my God, I can't remember.
Tyler Florence
went home.
He went home.
Somebody else got injured. I can't remember his name. He was a singer.
Jordan. No. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
He went home.
There was a singer that went home because he hurt his ankle. So that's like 6 already that I could think of. There could be more that I'm forgetting. But the thing is, they're only on day 3. So I realized that like towards the end, and I'm like, wait a minute. All these people went home.
They haven't even made it halfway.
And they didn't even make it halfway. And I think they're only there for the 7 days or a week or 10 days or something like that. You didn't even make it halfway yet, for heaven's sakes. I don't know.
And
it's
some
hilarious.
of the people have been taken out because I would rather, if I was them, I'd rather get taken out if I was injured. Jamie Lynn Spears cried wolf. She left and she goes, I gotta go home for my kids. No. If I'm quitting,
the other blonde girl, the Olympic blonde girl, went home. The thin one that they said gave her special treatment. She
cried too.
Was she a swimmer or a diver?
I don't know what she was.
Oh, figure skater. Yes, I don't remember her name, but it's good though. It's interesting.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'm gonna go Kenya Moore is gonna make it all the way. I just see her making it all the way.
But
There's something about
they're doing tasks that you're just like, no, I couldn't do it. I wished I could, but I couldn't do it. So it's an interesting. It's on Wednesday nights. On Fox, you say?
Yeah. Well, next day on Hulu, because that's how we watch all our shows.
Yes, unless you can watch
And Traitors is already completely out. Season 3 of Lego Masters is already basically out. So yeah, I would check them out. They're all like hour or so long shows.
Yeah, Lego Masters went fast.
Yeah. Well, Lego Masters I think has the most episodes.
And what about Baking It?
Oh, Baking It, we watched the finale. We won't spoil it. Sadly, the one granny, Gigi Diggity, she was not there for the last two, and I wish they would have said what went on. I think I could see the show coming back.
I hope she just had like a prior commitment. I think they would. This is the second season, no?
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll do it again. I think with Amy Poehler, I think it was definitely watching it fall. I think it was better.
It's a cute little concept. They give them brooches when they win whatever challenge
it's
or whatever
something
it
simple.
is.
I think would be nice though is to switch it up because they released both of them during Christmas time. You know, do something more like summery, change it out for the seasons. I think they should
start doing like spring baking.
Because I did notice towards the halfway point of the season they pulled away from being like holiday baking. They took it more back to like just bake based on like a holiday they had them bake. So I like that show.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so you watched how many?
I just watched 2.
I have 3, so I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Well, because I talked a little bit about How to Rock.
Okay.
Alright, so How to Rock was a total accident. I'll just say this. So I was finishing Dickinson, and because Apple TV Plus pulls your catalog from your iTunes, back in the day, iTunes, I don't know if they still do it, they give out free episodes of TV shows.
Yeah.
And they had given out How to Rock.
Probably not, because I don't think anybody gives anything free anymore.
No, but it was the 4 episodes. I watched 1, 9, 10, and 12. And I just randomly, it was like started playing next, and I was like, oh, this show was just so like
it was a cute show.
It's kind of like goofy. It's like watching it now. It's like
I laughed at this. They are. Yeah.
Like, cause it's just like it's very much of like what people will be like now. Like YouTubers, they make these stupid faces. It's literally I found this show the most interesting show ever though when I was 12. So it was like it was a fun little nostalgic thing though. Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean anything. I remember the girls in my high school in 5th grade, they'd come in being like, did you watch the new Gossip Girl or what's that one? American Teenage Pregnancy, Secret Life, whatever that one was.
Secret Life of
Shailene Woodley.
Something.
Yeah, I remember they'd all come in and talk about it, be like, anybody watch Naked Brothers Band?
Those were not shows I should have been watching in 5th grade, but okay.
No. But yeah, I now have the urge to watch more Disney Channel and Nickelodeon shows because I'm not going to lie.
Going back to your youth, are you?
I exited out and we bought season 3 of the Naked Brothers Band on there because they didn't make them on DVD. I have 1 and 2 on DVD, but I'm like,
nobody knows who Naked Brothers Band is, sadly, I don't think.
What?
I don't think they do.
Well, you know what? I may have to watch it and bring it back to life because it's such a good show, especially season 3. Come on. So I'm working out my schedule for this year. I'm taking all the shows I definitely want to watch, and I'm trying to time them all out because obviously I know now I'm thinking about doing Riverdale. I have to do Outer Banks, all those guys. So I'm calculating how long it's gonna take to watch all these shows, and I'm gonna figure it out then. But I think I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to fit one Disney Nickelodeon show in. Okay, go ahead.
Call Me Kat, episode 11, even though I have 10 written here, it's 11. Kat's mom is moving into your favorite place, a senior retirement center, because remember, I think I told you in one of the episodes, she's losing her eyesight, so she can't drive and stuff, so she's starting to realize she's got to, make some accommodations.
Check out our podcast, we talk about it all, so you can understand the senior comments here.
Age one, because it's her dream come true.
All right.
This would be your perfect episode because they show all of your favorites. Yeah, so she's worried about not making friends in this because this is like different for her or whatever. And Kat ends up going there and finds that her mother has all these friends, which sadly, because if you watch Call Me Kat, you know she's a little bit quirky and weird and doesn't relate to people her own age. So she relates to all these seniors basically, and she thinks they would rather be friends with her than her mother, but that's not the case. So she tries to keep immersing herself in her mother's retirement home, like going to play bingo with them and all like that. And her mother finally puts her foot down and is like, listen, how am I supposed to start my life if you don't like leave and let me just be with my friends? These are not your friends. And she said, she got a little bit upset. So she invites them over to her cat cafe. And when they realize that the mother's not there, they're like, this is a little weird. And, she discovers that they want to be friends with her mom and not her, that it's creepy that she's trying to do that.
Yeah.
And also Randy and Carter, who got engaged, she doesn't like the ring. So, like, that's like a little side story where she doesn't like the ring that he gave her. And she wants to pick out her own ring, and they go through a whole bunch of stuff, and she, in the end, gets to go pick out her own ring. And there was no mention of Phil in this episode whatsoever. The mom wasn't seen in this episode either, so...
Yeah, they might have just done that to, like, kind of address it quickly, and now we're probably,
I think they'll bring the mom back here and there, but I think they just did that one to get that, like, out of the way.
Yeah.
And then they'll go, from there. So, yeah, but it was a cute little one. Quick little ditty.
So, Abbott, I think I wrote the wrong number too. I think mine's supposed to be 12, not 11. First off, we didn't mention this in the news, so I figured I'd mention here. They won 3 Golden Globes this past week.
Yeah.
They got Best Comedy Series, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor. And right coming off of that, they got nominated for like 100 other different awards and other like award shows that there were so many that I was like, I'm not going to even write them down. Just know they are nominated basically for everything. This episode, excuse me.
Wait, I'm sorry, can you pause that?
Oh, just in case you were wondering what that reaction was, she thought one of her employees hit another employee, but...
She just said, so-and-so just hit me up, but I thought she said, she just hit me. I was like, wait, oh, jeez.
All right. Okay, we're done.
She did, okay, great.
All right, so Janine struggles to deal with 2 girls in her class that are fighting with each other.
I have to.
You did watch this episode.
I was privy to this episode, and I do have to say it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny because they're just...
I'm telling you.
They were kind of funny. This one was...
Oh, come on, yeah. Well, I actually have some overall comments also on the show that I was thinking about the show this week. And she kind of realizes that her issue with the girls not liking each other in her class is stemming from her mom and her sister, which they've brought up the mom and the sister occasionally, but now at the end she calls the sister saying, oh, you should come in, which to me makes me feel like we're going to definitely probably see maybe some of her family soon, which would be exciting. Cause that's one of those things, like, especially when they work in like a workplace, when they go, the gym from Metafire just turned on. When they go out of the workplace, that's always something. And then, when they do the out of the workplace, then you see their family.
Yeah.
It's always a big one. Melissa and Ava, this episode, they teamed up to stop Mr. Johnson from winning their fantasy football league. And then Gregory's father stops in and
Which I have to say, Gregory's father was a great pick.
Somebody actually said, I haven't seen Everybody Hates Chris, but they said that he actually played his dad, was like a substitute in an episode on that show.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's kind of... I love when they do those little things. Also, this is really random too, but Quinta, who plays Janine, met up with Amy Poehler and they took a picture together. So just saying. That's one of my favorite sitcoms, which is part of what I was going to say here. Because I was really thinking about the show, like, in more detail, because I was getting, like, obviously because they just won and they're on such a high, like, TikTok's going to recommend the things to you, so they've been recommending like little clips from the show, and I was like really thinking about, I was like, unlike other sitcoms, I genuinely feel like I don't walk away from each episode being like, oh, this was just like a filler episode, or like, you know what I mean, like I could have done without this episode. Like I genuinely am watching every one of these, and I laugh at least once.
I have to say, they're funny. I don't think they're propelling the storyline forward all the time. Sometimes they're just funny.
Well, I feel like that's what a lot of sitcom shows are. Like there's
they're just funny.
Little bits, but there's just like, they're just funny. Like I will say Parks and Rec is probably my all-time favorite. Listen, I do think Abbott has snuck up there very high next to Parks and Rec, but Parks and Rec just holds a special space because it is the first one that I really watched. But there are episodes on Parks and Rec that I could be like, I could skip this one. This show so far, I don't feel that way with this show, which is quite impressive. It's kind of like Modern Family, like how we say, like, we watch that show, like almost every episode of that show is good. So props to ABC for getting their mojo back, I guess. ABC, yeah, ABC, not NBC.
So I watched the partner track, which has, I'm not actually sure how many episodes on here.
All right, keep going.
I think it's 10. I think it was 10, but just check. It could have been 11 actually. And I think they're like about 45 minutes long-ish around that. So I've been attempting to like be like, oh, I'm going to do this one, and I'm glad I did because it was a really good show. It's about a young female lawyer named Ingrid Young.
10 episodes.
Yep, 10 episodes. She's trying to make partner. She's a junior partner, or she's a junior right now, and she's trying to make partner at this law firm. I think it's Valentine Hunt and something. I don't know. Anyhow, she starts every episode off with a quote that like then she reflects on throughout, like she reflects on it as the episode begins, and it's kind of what like it's framed like about the episode. She has two best friends that are in the show with her, Rachel and Tyler. They are both in the law firm with them, but they're in different like divisions. She's in acquisitions and mergers, so she's like about like companies that try to buy other companies, and that's like it. So apparently that's like the the gritty law or whatever they like it's like ruthless or whatever I guess they consider it. And I think he's in finance or something. Like they each have something, they're each in a different department, like not competing with her, but they're all trying to make a partner. That's their ultimate goal. I think they all went to Harvard together or something, so they've been friends for years. Nick starts dating this new guy named Nick, who happens to be, I think, very rich, but they really don't.
Nick starts dating Nick.
No, don't read my notes.
You just said that.
No, I said Ingrid starts dating Nick.
Oh, I thought you said Nick started dating Nick.
He's some new guy that she just met, and she likes him a lot. However, this gentleman from her past who she met in London at a wedding that she kind of like hooked up with, and I think they kissed and stuff. So he ends up at her law firm, and he pretends like he doesn't remember.
Working?
Yeah, he's a transfer. And he pretends like he doesn't remember her or something like that. So like she gets offended and really focuses on like building a relationship with Nick. And then he kind of confesses that he does know who she is. He remembers her very clearly and everything that went on the night that they saw each other. And so like now she's more intrigued with him again, because she told all her friends that like he was somebody that if he lived here, she would absolutely pursue, because she felt like that was somebody that was like a soulmate to her. Mm-hmm. And during like the course of this whole thing, you watch her go through the journey of trying to become like a partner and doing basically whatever her boss tells her to do for what she thinks she needs to do to become like a lawyer. She's also an Asian woman, and her friend Tyler is a black man, and our other friend Rachel is just straight white girl. But the reason I mention their race is because the show takes on like a whole racist thing. They kind of go into the whole like boys club and like white fragility, and he makes a comment to one of his other guys that are going as a partner, this one white kid, and he tells him what white fragility is. So when they have like a work retreat, they have this whole big thing where he comes up and does stand up, and he does all of these like inappropriate things and talks about white fragility, and it's all so inappropriately done. And he gets up and gets offended, because he should be. I mean, it was very offensive, and he walks out and decides that he's going to quit the law firm, and she doesn't defend him. And he didn't want his friends to quit, but he wanted them to defend him. She stayed instead, and like they were because she's on that partner track. So the other two were mad at her. They didn't speak to her for a long time throughout the whole show, while she's still going about getting this big company. I guess to get a partner, you have to have a big corporation account that you're working on. And she was all involved in this whole account. And her boss puts this gentleman, Jeff Murphy, who's the one that came from London, with her. So they start to get closer and closer and closer. And before you know it, they kiss at an event, and she breaks up with Nick, and she ends up with him. And they start developing this whole relationship. So in the end, she does things with this whole merger that she's going through that she doesn't agree with. She really doesn't believe in, but she has to do them to become partner. And when it comes time for the day to like give out the partners, there was 3 of them. He gives it to the guy that was helping her, not to her, who was the principal person on the account. So she goes up to him, quits, tells him, oh, you were never going to give it to me, and this I should have known this is what was going to happen. And so in the end, she quits. And of course, she finds out, she goes back to the people that she wronged in the company. I just lost my train of thought. So she goes back to the people that she wronged in the company and tries to help them fix the stuff that she messed up while she was doing these acquisitions and stuff. And in the end, she does correct all this, but her boss comes up to her and says, You'll never work in this town ever again. I'll make sure that you're disbarred. I'll make sure this, that, and the other thing. Because she ultimately went against the company that she worked with. And he comes to find out that he tells her she was arrested because her sister stole earrings or tried to pawn earrings that were considered stolen or something. And she used her sister's name. And so they came to arrest her. And when it came time for her to get out of jail or to help clear this mess up, she called her boyfriend that she was dating from London, and she comes to find out in the end of the show that the reason she didn't get partner was because he told the law firm that she got arrested and was in jail and needed someone to come bail her out. So now she finds out that it was his fault she didn't become partner, but he pretended like it wasn't. So it was a really like good show. It had a lot of like little subplots in it that like kept it moving and all like that. I highly recommend it. I love Netflix's little 10 episode shows because I think they're just enough. They tell the story, they get in, they get out. It's just perfect. There's definitely a season 2 of this as well, like The Recruit. Definitely. There isn't?
It's canceled.
When did they
I just looked when I was looking up the thing. It got canceled.
Oh, it was a good show. I liked it.
I just think it's funny that you're watching this after I mentioned that she was the girl from Teen Wolf.
I don't know her from Teen Wolf.
I'm saying that we were talking about it last week and you just decided to watch her show.
No, she was on my list of Netflix things to watch.
I was going through my Netflix things to watch. I don't feel like I have that many.
Oh, I do. I have a ton. Oh, boy.
I have ones on there, but I don't know if I'm going to actually watch them. You know what I mean? Like you have shows on there?
Yeah, no, I have a lot of stuff.
All right. I'm going to end it off with Dickinson. This is it. Our Apple TV Plus subscription has ended. So this one starts with the intro telling us that Emily was at her peak writing, and she wrote almost a new poem every day due to her seclusion. They actually did not deem her a war poet, even though she was writing poems during the war, wrote like one every day. They would not deem her because... What?
She wrote...
No, but she wrote war poems during the time, but they did not... The history does not technically deem her because she wasn't in the war. She was at home, locked in her room. So all through season 2, I mentioned in season 1, there's the death, which is like personified by Wiz Khalifa. He shows back up because her aunt had passed, so he showed back up at the funeral. Like, kind of talking about that he's having a hard time because, like, you know, back when there was no civil war going on, he could just creatively kill people however he wanted. Now it's just like shot, whatever. Like, there's no originality to how these people are dying, essentially. And it also starts with Sue is now pregnant again, but this time she's fully pregnant, like belly and everything. Austin has become pretty much the disappointment of the family. He goes out, gets drunk, just, you know, overall not a great guy. Him and his father actually get into a whole fight and they almost kill the dad because giving him a heart attack because he's kind of saying that, you know, you're ruining all our lives, you're holding us back. And that's kind of the main conflict with Emily this season is that she's standing with the dad and not with the brother. Like, she's not viewing the brother because she just thinks he's in the wrong. Sue and Emily get into a fight because she was also at the same time sending her poems, the same poems, to Higgins, who's a writer in the war, which was like another side plot they had with one of the characters. I haven't mentioned him yet because he was one of the other side plots that we didn't talk about. So now if I mention it, I feel like it's going to be confusing because I didn't talk about it for season 1 and 2 because I didn't know it was going to be important. My bad. But, you know, I am trying to just do the Emily storyline because we could be here forever because it really, there are a lot of...
How many episodes were there?
There's 10. Oh. But they're like half hour long each. But I'm just saying, if I got into side plots, we could be here all day, folks. Sue ends up forgiving Emily, though, for the poems because she kind of felt like betrayed. And she forgives her once Emily tells her that she loves her. And it kind of ends with Emily accepting herself by designing this her iconic white dress, because they would always say she was the lady in white that would walk around the town in just a white dress. And go ahead, blow your what do they call that back in the day? The water kettle, pail. What the hell is that? It's like the circle thing. It's got the little lid on top. Whatever. I don't know. It's like
canteen.
Canteen. That's what it sounds like.
Why do I know that is the question?
The lid sounds like a canteen.
Yeah, it did.
And it ends with her rowing off into the water to the mermaids calling her. which represents her freedom.
Wait, what?
No, stop. Wait. Okay, I know the mermaids are confused. She sees mermaids on a rock. It's like from her poem. They personified her poem, basically, her rowing off into the water, because towards the end she ends up agreeing with Austin, like, yes, no, Dad is holding me back, because even though the dad is fighting with Austin, he tells her that I'm going to still leave the house and you girls to be property of your brother, essentially. And then if your brother dies, well then, excuse me?
I don't know where that came from. Sorry, go ahead.
She ends up realizing, and she kind of just realizes she cannot care anymore, basically, in the end.
Good for her.
Now, the timeline, I'm still very confused, because they actually have an episode where they time traveled to the year 1955, her and Lavinia, but it's not really real. Like, Lavinia has
clearly isn't real.
No concept of, obviously. No, but I'm saying she
what
said
made them think they should do a time
Wait, can
jump?
you please?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, because in the last season she had seen that the guy Fraser was gonna die. We talked about him. Yeah.
Okay.
But this one, she goes into the future. She sees that she's going to be a great poet, yada, 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 all that stuff. But the sister says, well, no, that's not true. Like, the sister's like,
I really
no,
love those glasses on you now that I'm literally staring at you.
Are we serious right now?
I'm sorry.
Either way, they travel, but when they get there, they tell, I can't remember, it was another famous poet who she speaks to, and I can't remember her name. I should have taken note. My bad.
It was a female?
Yes. Wait, let me see. Maybe it's in my Google search, because I did search her up. Because I was like, they said her name, and the way they said her name, I was like, she's got to be famous. But I couldn't. Let me see. Oh, Sylvia Plath.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like, big time.
Yeah, that's who she goes into the future and talks to, is her. But when they, my whole point of saying this is when they get there, they say they're from 1862. And the show, the season has to take over a course of 4 months, because when they start the show, Sue gives birth to the baby, which means from season 2 to 3, it's at least 9 months, because she wasn't pregnant in there. So even if she got pregnant right when the show ended, that would be 9 months in between. And the whole season's 4 months, because when they finally announce the name of the baby at the end of the finale, they say, oh, thank God, it's been 4 months since this kid's been born.
What'd they name the kid?
They've named it after the dad, Edward, but he goes by Ned. So that is...
wait, I'm sorry. They named it after the dad, Edward, but he goes by Ned?
Yeah, that's his nickname, Ned.
Where did they get Ned from Edward?
Don't ask me! Why don't you time travel back to 1862 and ask Sue in Austin? I don't know.
Okay.
They also do a lot of parallels to COVID in this season, because they start filming in COVID where they're like, this war is ruining our 20s. You know, that's what everybody was saying. Okay. And they said, oh, this has got to be like the new normal. All those little fun little things that people say now, they snuck them in there.
Ay, ay.
Things I did notice they left out. Emily has this dog named Carla, which was supposed to be very big in her life. They did have like a dog towards the end. They didn't say who the dog was. It was just on the beach right before she got on the boat and rowed away.
And left the dog there?
I don't know whose dog this was.
Oh.
They never addressed if this was the actual dog. And obviously they didn't do the 2 other children that Austin and Sue have. And they didn't focus on everybody else's death. All in all, I think it was a good show. Out of all the Apple TV Plus shows that I watched, that you didn't watch.
I didn't watch a bloody soul.
You watched Selena's thing. That's all we got it for. But thank you, Selena Gomez. I watched Morning Show, Loot, and this. I'd say this, Loot, The Morning Show. I have no interest in even going back and watching that Morning Show. And I will be honest, sorry, Loot, but I know I said I love Maya Rudolph, but I just know. I would not pay $6.99 to see where it goes.
No, it's not. It doesn't always have to be.
No. If I don't know how Apple TV Plus works, like if you have an Apple TV Fire Stick thingy and you get it for free, I'm sure I'd check out more shows, but it's just,
yeah,
meh. Meh. Alright, well that is all I watched this week. What do you have planned for this week?
I don't really...
Are you going to surprise us again?
Don't really know,
You're
gotta be
surprise?
honest. Yeah, I know I'll do a Call Me Cat, my soap opera, of course. I really don't know. I mean, I still have that National Treasure on Disney that I'm inquiring about, to be honest with you, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I got
something
Abbott.
from Netflix, because I always find something on Netflix.
Probably. I got Bad Batch, episode 4. I did watch 3. Like I said, I'm going to check in at the halfway points. We're obviously going to do Special Forces together. And we don't really have anything else. We're going to finish Traitors, too, but by the time this is out, we'll probably be done.
Well, when are we doing that Kaleidoscope? Not now, right?
Oh, maybe we'll do that for next week. You want to do that for next week's episode? We'll do Kaleidoscope?
We could, yeah.
All right, we'll do that.
Well, there's
for
this
next
one that I was interested in, too. That's Treason. I love the Netflix originals, I'm not going to lie. There's that one I want to watch. I mean, I have a ton of things. Like, I wouldn't mind watching that. The Enola Holmes. Yeah. There's a lot of them that I was interested in.
Well, you'll have to come back and surprise us then, I guess, once again. Because we never know what she's going to pick. My shows, I don't know what I'm going to binge yet. I don't know. I think I might try to find like a Nickelodeon or a Disney show. I don't know if we're going to... You want to watch Wizards together, yes or no?
No, I think I'm going to pass. I know that might upset you, but...
Oh my God.
What?
Fake Selena Gomez fan.
No, it's just I just don't have time to really be doing that.
Well, I'm talking...
I'm sorry. Scratch it. Suits. I forgot. I'm doing Suits. That's
okay,
right.
wait. No, we were going to... Like how we watched the shows at night together. We don't have...
I'll watch with
Wizards,
you. But you don't have to like...
Okay, well, I don't know.
Wait for me, is what I'm saying. If I'm here, yes, absolutely, put it on.
I don't know what I want to... You know what? I got an itch to rewatch a show, and it's either Winona Earp or One Day at a Time. And I don't know which one I want.
I don't know either.
I think I have a list of shows that I do want to watch, so I think I'm going to come back with a surprise as well. What do we think about that? Next week is going to be
They have a new cooking show, Pressure Cooker.
I think we talked about this in another episode.
Yeah?
On accident. So yeah, I think I'm going to come back with a surprise. I think I'm going to put my stuff on a wheel, and I'm going to spin a wheel and pick what I'm going to watch.
Oh my,
But I think for sure we should definitely do Kaleidoscope, because we've been meaning to do it, but we did not anticipate the week that we just had. Who could predict that?
That was just too stressful for me.
We'll do that next week, which will be interesting. We're going to watch it separately, and we'll make sure we go in 2 different orders, basically.
Yeah, I need to take a minute to like look into some shows to see what I really want, because like the ones that I knew like in the back of my mind, like I want to watch them, like I've kind of already done those, and there's still some that I'm like, I don't really know, I have to like, so I'm gonna have to like,
well, I'm also gonna finish my pilots versus pilots. I think I have about 4 more pilots maybe or so to watch, and then once I figure out that, I'm gonna watch that show. But like I said, I still want to figure out how I'm going to bring it to everybody. I do think Abbott's actually going to go on a break. I think next week they're going to do an episode, and then they're going to go on a break, which would be perfect to sneak in the pilot versus pilot, because Kung Fu's still not back to February 8th.
Oh my.
Where are you, Kung Fu? I'm going to forget what happened. This is bad.
And I also wanted to watch this one, The Parent Test.
Oh, yeah, that one does seem interesting.
Yeah, that one I thought I would possibly like.
Oh, what about this one right here? Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, look at me go.
That's just rude. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening or watching. Like we said, we'll come back and we'll surprise you with what we watched next week. I think that will be just a little bit fun. If you haven't noticed, we don't put up what we're watching on Instagram anymore, and we don't put up our bar graph, because we're going to do one big one at the end of the month, see how much we watched in a whole month, to shake it up a little bit for you guys for the new year.
Yeah, it's just, it's hard to, it makes me feel like I have to commit, and it's too much pressure.
Yeah, so it's now it's a little surprise. New year, new surprises.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, but thank you so much for listening or watching. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you'll give us a good rating. Maybe in your rating you should tell us what we should watch or something. You could leave that.
Or tips of what to watch. Yeah. Because, as you can see, all over the place is me.
So many options. So I think I'm just going to put mine on a wheel and spin.
Okay.
That's what I think I'm going to do. But otherwise, I am going to rewatch Winona Earp or One Day at a Time. Which, I could do that because I haven't talked with it about you guys, and those are some of my favorite shows. So maybe I will just do it anyway, and I won't care. Sorry, besides the rating, make sure you turn on notifications and subscribe and follow so you don't miss an episode. We are still on our little housewife break. We'll be back February, obviously. It's already so close.
Yeah, we're detoxing from the housewives. It's rough.
Housewife detox. And we're not even truly, we're watching Traitors that has Bravo celebrities on it.
Yeah, they're still mixed in there.
You can't escape. You can't escape Bravo.
No. Because
Bravo.
Even the Navy SEALs has a housewife.
Oh my God, yeah, Kenya's on there. You really cannot escape these. Mm-mm. Oh my God, it's so crazy. What's that TikTok? Everywhere you go, everybody's always connected. I don't know if anybody's heard that TikTok audio. You probably have.
No, I don't know, but 6 degrees of separation is the same thing.
It's like they're everywhere.
They are.
All right. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment telling us how we can improve, or leave a comment also telling us what we should watch. Like I said, if you don't want to give us a review.
Yeah, we gotta go and hit the button and finish Traitors. I gotta know what happens.
What about the gym?
Oh. Are we going to the gym? Yeah. Is that yes or no?
I think we'll leave it for a surprise. Make sure you check out our other podcasts. We talk about it all, where we actually did talk about going to the gym, because
we did.
Somebody sustained an injury.
Not me.
Yeah. I think that is all. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Hit the button.